What is your name?
Arieh Alchol,
How old are you?
38.
What is your connection to dyslexia?
I have it.
At what point in your life did you get diagnosed with dyslexia?
I was in 10th grade.
What was it growing up with dyslexia?
Always struggled with reading and always had trouble in school.
How did other kids your age understand what dyslexia was?
I think it was fairly well known. I think kids just thought it means that you read backwards and you have trouble reading and things like that.
Did kids laugh at you or make fun of it?
Not anything necessarily. We just laughed and made fun of each other all the time, so it didn't really make a difference about it. It was dyslexia, so that's something else, but not necessarily.
And growing up, did you know what it means?
Yeah, my uncle had dyslexia, so we always knew that he couldn't read till he was like 13, so I knew what it was. Always knew he had trouble reading, but I only got diagnosed when I was in 10th grade.
So somebody only told you about it. You never actually knew by yourself what it means.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know what it was that I had it, but I knew that I just had trouble reading.
What were some of the challenges you had?
Just reading comprehension and I have dyslexia and dysgraphia, so spelling was also very difficult, and remembering information out of a read paragraph, I guess, would be a big one. But I also discovered books on tape, which really helped.
That's the next question.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Hold on, before that, hold on, that's it. Did you experience dyslexia in other parts of your life, not only in school? Did you feel it in different aspects?
I always had to learn how to deal with it and how to come up with coping mechanisms in order to survive, so that was consistent throughout. I would say my life is like there are certain things that just didn't come easy, so you had to find ways to cope with it and how to overcome it. So I guess that is something that I learned with dyslexia.
Did you feel that your coordination was affected by it?
No, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I can't dance. Oh,
I can't dance because of it.
Yeah, I'll blame it on. I'll blame it on dyslexia.
No, really. Okay, what services did you get in order to help you with your dyslexia? And did you get anything in school? Did they help you? Is there anything like that?
So one thing that I did remember that they took me to was an eye specialist, because they said my eyes weren't focusing. This is like around 8th grade. Mm-hmm. They said my eyes weren't focusing like together, so that was making the reading hard, and I had to do eye exercises that didn't help. Or maybe they helped, I don't know. So I used to go for like therapy for that once, I don't know, a week, whatever it was, when I was in 8th grade, but that stopped. And then, but in high school, I used to get, after my diagnosis, I got extra time on tests. We had a class in America called Study Skills, which this special ed teacher would like help us with our homework and help us do our projects. Like, I think it was instead of like Tanakh or something like that, we got like a lesson just to help us with our work, and teaching us skills about how to do it. So everybody with learning disabilities was able to do it. On standardized tests, I got, extra time, but I was only diagnosed very, very late in schooling, so I was like almost done. So.
Did you grow up with people was there other kids in your grade that had it? Or were you the only one?
I'm sure there was. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, the guys that were in my class was that. I'm sure they had dyslexia also. But yeah.
Okay. As an adult. What suggestions or advice would you give teenagers today to help them with their dyslexia?
That you have to practice reading and writing, even though it's really hard. Because now you guys have phones, dictation and everything like that. I also use it because I can't spell. But we were forced to read and to use pen and pencil and like do that stuff. I never use it today anyway, but I think it's an important thing, and I think there's going to be a crutch that it's a crutch and a tool, because you guys probably won't be using pens very much in the future, but in terms of the reading aspect is still picking up and reading. And even if it's what I used to do with like when I used to do Shakespeare, that stuff I could never read. So I used to have to listen. I listened to the tape and I read along with the person reading. That was really helpful, because you still need to practice.
I do the same.
Reading. As much as it sucks, practicing reading really helps. I only really started reading when I was like in the army, I think. So I started reading. Like books and stuff, like novels or whatever it was. Not in high school, because, whatever. But reading, just going through, even though it's hard, even with books on tape, is really important.
So, right, you speak two languages, right? You speak Hebrew and English. And do you feel that it affects you the same way in both?
Well, my reading ability in English is far below my English, so I wouldn't be able to tell. Meaning, I can read in Hebrew, but it's definitely not at the level of my English reading, so I wouldn't know if it was just due to the language or due to dyslexia. I don't know, it's kind of silly. I don't know what it's like to not have dyslexia, so I don't know how dyslexia affects my reading. I've never heard it.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.